All this is from last night's video. I know it went on really late last night. I do apologise it was uploaded so late, and I know a lot of you still haven't seen it. It's all about the Irish festival scene. It's just about going over there, what it entails and that sort of thing. I'm amazed by how many questions I've had regarding the actual cost to actually go over there and compete. I am going to do a video on that for you. I will follow up last night's video. So that is on its way. I just want to make sure I've got all the facts right as regards the costs and that sort of thing. For anyone who's not seen that video, link below for you. It was only uploaded late last night, so I know a lot of you still haven't seen it. So that video is definitely on its way. So thanks for all the feedback on that already, and I'll get some costings together for you. So tonight's video, I'm going to kick off with just two quick questions that I've been asked a few times over the last few weeks. Very appropriate ones. One of them's regarding the weather and keeping warm, and the other one's just kind of storage of hook lengths and that sort of thing. So I'll just kick off with these first two questions. First one was all about how basically do you keep warm when you fishing all the way through the winter like I do and a lot of other anglers do. For me, I've got to be totally honest with you, if you're going to fish through the winter, having good clothing, I'm not saying expensive clothing, I mean good clothing, is not a luxury, it's a necessity, whether you're a match angler or a pleasure angler. If you're a match angler, it's important obviously because your mind needs to be on your fishing, on your match, and not that it's cold, that you're freezing or whatever. Your mind doesn't need to be on that, or you're wet or whatever. And just similarly, if you're a pleasure angler, you want to go out there, by its very nature is pleasure fishing. It wants to be a pleasure, so you want to be comfortable and your mind wants to be on your fishing so you can enjoy it. For me, it's just a case of layering up. I was out again at the weekend, and I've got a blue thermal suit that I've had for a few years now, and that goes underneath all my waterproofs. You've obviously got to layer up with thermals underneath, so for me it's generally just a layer of thermals and then some nice tracky bottoms or whatever. They're probably fleece lined are the best ones. I wear the Matrix ones, but they're nice and thick and they keep you warm as well. A couple of pairs of socks, and then the blue suit will go on there, and then the waterproofs over the top. It really is, it's simple and it's not really expensive gear, it really isn't. The key to most of it is staying dry, and that includes your feet. Your feet are very important. You've got to keep them warm and you've got to keep them dry, and you really need to invest in a decent pair of thermal boots for that sort of thing at this time of year. Even if you're on commercials and you're fishing off platforms, I know you're not wading out in the water, but just obviously with the landing net, there's water everywhere, dampness, but because of the thermal boots and what they are, even if it's not wet, they're just by their very nature, they're going to keep you warm, and you can tuck your leggings down the inside of them as well. So, and just good quality waterproofs as well, with hoods. Hoods make a massive difference in winter. I see a lot of lads just with hoodies on, and they don't even put the hoods up and stuff in the freezing. It makes such a big difference keeping your head warm, so like I say, don't scrimp and save. I would, if I was in the position where I had to make the decision between buying an expensive rod and not having as much money to spend on clothing. If you're going to fish through the winter, I'd rather have good clothing, be nice, warm and dry, but fish with a rod that's not quite as good, or just wait a bit longer to buy that rod. It's a necessity at this time of year just to get wrapped up warm. And the other question is really, I've been asked it a lot over the last year or so, is basically how I store my hook lengths. I was out on the bank last week, so here's just a quick clip just to show you the type of hook length and the hook length retaining system and the system that I use for all my hook lengths. A common question I get asked about is really just how I carry and store all my hook lengths. Obviously most of the time I'm feeder fishing, so it's not really too difficult to keep on top of your hook lengths and things for feeder fishing, and a lot of the venues that I go to, it's quite uniform, if you want to use that term, as regards the types and lengths of hook lengths that I use. So there's loads of systems out there. For my method feeder fishing, all you need is one of the smaller ones. Like I said, there's loads of systems out there. This is mine, which is a Matrix one, as you'd expect, and that's the type that I use just for all my 4-inch method hook lengths and for the pellet feeder and that sort of thing. These are obviously also so that you can use them for the 15 centimetre hook lengths as well, which is what you usually use, or more often than not, when you're pole fishing as well. So that doubles up for that. So that's the box that I use. Obviously, if you've got one that's got some sort of a seal on it, that'll help keep water and damp out.
As regards the longer hook lengths, mainly 50 centimeters, a meter and a meter and a half, they're the three main hook lengths that I make all my others up on. Again, this is the Matrix one, but there's loads on the market. I use that one, which is, it's fantastic, it's brilliant. It's got 12 spools on each side, colour coded if that's what you want. I have all my barbless ones on the blue ones and all the barbed hooks on the yellow ones, just so it's nice and quick and simple, and it just speeds up the process of you know, selecting the right ones. And that's really as simple as that. You know, these are plastic, so they're quite light, but that's it. That's all I carry, and that system's been fantastic for all the venues that I fish.
Okay, that's it, that's those two out of the way. Tomorrow night is going to be a video again, but tomorrow it's going to be a catch-up night. I'm going to pre-warn you, there are so many questions I've seen today on some of the videos. Just, I obviously can't reply to every single comment that I get underneath these videos, and there's so many varied topics, right down to where I buy my seat covers for my van, what type of van is it, how do you get to so-and-so, how do you fish here, what type of rod do you use on that venue, all these sorts of mixed questions. So what I'm going to do is tomorrow evening I'm going to do my very best to catch up on them all. There's still going to be a 4-minute Friday on Friday, but tomorrow is going to be a video, and I'm just going to sit here with the laptop and just blast through all these questions that I just haven't got a chance to reply by typing, or when I'm on eating my lunch at work or whatever. So tomorrow night is just going to be a marathon of questions. I'm going to rattle them off. Who knows how long that's going to be tomorrow night, but I'll rattle through them, and hopefully if you've sent questions in and just commented below, hopefully I'm going to get a chance to answer them tomorrow. So that's tomorrow night. Not sure what time that'll go on, but it'll definitely be on tomorrow night. Okay, so tonight's main topic. Today has been a very important day, a very good day. It's been a day for finalising a project that Bait-Tech have been working on, and it's something that I know a lot of you have been asking about, and it's something that you've actually followed me doing over the last few weeks, and that is the announcement, an official press release for the Bait-Tech. I'm back in the pink. That's because Bait-Tech have finally announced and released their products for 2018. Loads of you have been asking me about a lot of the baits that we've been testing over the last few weeks, and you know, quite rightly, that's great. You like me, you're looking for an edge all the time, and obviously the development of new baits is very exciting, and you know, it keeps us on that learning curve. I know a lot of you will remember this bag. I know you do, because a lot of you were messaging me saying they'd love to see the contents of what's in there. It's a little bit smaller than it was. That's because I've been using all the baits what's been in there. So I'm just going to quickly show you what's in that bag and what baits are going to be on their way through 2018. Like a kid in a sweet shop. Right, the baits have been going through. I'll move that out of the way so I don't wipe it out. I've said it before in videos, and I think a lot of you know about this anyway, that us as match anglers, we're constantly trying to learn off the Speci boys. A lot of the venues that we're fishing now, the fish we're fishing for are specimen fish, so we're sharing a lot of ideas, we're learning off them about how to catch bigger fish. So we've got some stick mixers, they're out now. We've got berry, we've got pineapple, we've got Scopex, and then we've got krill as well. Exciting products for the year ahead, especially when we're going to be on the commercials. A lot of you last year have asked me a lot about what my main base mix was for a lot of the ground mix I used last year. It was Special G Green. That's been no secret whatsoever, a fantastic mix. There is a gold version of that, but I've never really had a chance to kind of go down the route of testing and trying that out, purely because I've always been so happy with the green, and I've always had the green. I've just used it and I've been happy with the results. So Special G Green. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because Special G pellets, hookable pellets. Hopefully you can see the colours there. These are hookable pellets. The great thing with these is through testing I've been using them on a hair rig, on a pellet feeder and that sort of thing. Some pellets like this are just not robust enough, you know, the consistency is not right for them to stay on a hair, especially on a feeder. Obviously some of them are more suited to fishing with on a pole, these have been great. You know, I haven't had any problems with these as regards staying on the hair or anything, so they're going to be great, especially through the warmer months when I'm going to venues, you know, where we're targeting carp and that sort of thing. So 3 different colours there, as you can see, and they're based on a special jig. Another big success from last year was the juice. A lot of you saw, didn't really see me using the juice in itself in the liquid format so much, but the juice dumbbells caught loads of fish on them. Incidentally, a lot of people ask me about how I carry my hookable boilies, pellets and all that sort of thing. All I do, I've got a nice little accessory case like that, and one that size fits perfectly 4 of our tubs in there. So I've got boilies in there, I've got dumbbells in there, and got various sizes of hard pellet as well. And obviously when I'm going to venues where I'm going to be using them, I can just throw that in my bag and I've got everything in one little case. If I'm going to Southfield or some venue, natural venue where I'm not using those, I can just take them out. And just kit helps keep your kit down and stay organised. The juice dumbbell wafters caught loads of fish on last year, mainly the 8mm. I caught some fish on 10mm, but what we did on the success of that, a lot of you have seen these and used these because you've messaged me about them. It's like lovely little sweeties. On the success, on the flavour of those, I didn't really know about this until it was a long way down the process of testing. It was a juice ground bait. Smells exactly like the dumbbell wafters themselves. I've been catching loads of fish with that, and I'm really looking forward to, obviously when the water warms up a little bit, when you can get on more fish, get on some carp, really looking forward to using that. So that's the juice ground bait, really exciting product, that one, for this year. 2 more ground baits to quickly show you. Big Carp Method Mix. Out of all these, as you know, I work for a living, I don't get many days off and stuff. I haven't really tested this that much. It's mainly been, the testing for this has been done by other people who've had a chance to fish venues more appropriate. As you know, a lot of venues are fishing natural venues, so I'm really looking forward to putting that one through its paces this year. And the biggie that I know a lot of you are going to be interested in, because I know a lot of you natural venue freaks like me, is, you all know the Pro Natural range and how successful that's been. Obviously in Ireland we use the Pro Natural Dark and Pro Natural Bream. That's one of my favourite mixes, especially for over there. Pro Natural have added to the range Fine Lake Dark. You see the colour of that? That will obviously go darker when it's mixed. Really fine mix. And yeah, it's been no secret that on the odd occasion, especially with the Pro Natural Dark and the Pro Natural colour, we've actually sometimes sieved a little bit of the food off it, especially in winter when it's really difficult. You know, we've done that on occasions, and just like we have with, you know, other mixes, we've done it for years. This is a fine version of that, and it's going to be one that obviously this time of year is ideal. So I think in the sort of fishing that I do on a lot of the venues that I've fished, that is probably going to have the biggest impact to a lot of the fishing that I do. Well, that's it. I don't want this to come across as a sales pitch, but I know people are still asking me about mixers from last year, and they're obviously asking me what, you know, I can possibly recommend, or what I'm going to be using over the coming months and going into you know, the summer months. These are the mixers you're going to be seeing. These are the when I do use stick mixers, and the hookable pellets as well, you're going to be seeing them. The Special G Green is obviously going to stay as popular as it always has, but yeah, it's great to see new mixers. It's great to see innovation. I think it's great to see, you know, companies like Bait Tech pushing forward all the time, no matter how popular and successful they are. They're pushing forward, developing new mixers, and it's exciting, new mixers, you know, because we're always looking for an edge. And you know, sometimes if you find a mix that you're happy with, but it's been around forever, you kind of think, well, how many other people have used this? With new mixers, it's kind of untapped territory. You can't test all these mixers for a full 12-month period on every venue you're going to fish. It's impossible. So it's going to be great to see how some of these perform on the venues and on the matches that I'm going to be fishing. That's it. I don't want to bang on about these all night. I've had to do this as basically a kind of benchmark video for the year ahead. So when people are asking me about the new products and stuff, I can refer them back to this video, and it's nice to keep you in the loop. All this was only announced this afternoon. You know, the press release didn't go out until about 1 o'clock this afternoon, so you're hearing it first, you're one of the first, and the link's below for anybody who wants to really go into detail and have a look what these ground baits are all about. If not, look forward to tomorrow's video, but at least I've kept you in the loop. I've done my job for you. So tomorrow, there's going to be a video on. I don't know what time it's going to come on. Click subscribe below. That way a lot of these adult videos, a lot of the videos from now on, they're not always going to go on at the same time, just because I'm juggling work and other projects. So by keeping subscribed up, you'll get a message straight away to keep you in the loop no matter what time it goes on. So that's it. I'm going to go and get some work done. Thanks for watching tonight. I really appreciate it, and I really hope you take note of some of these products and just let me know if you've been out there and used them, or seen anyone use them, or heard of results with them. Just keep me in the loop. Let's bounce ideas off each other. That's what this is all about. And you know, I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow night. Like I said, I don't know how long it's going to go on tomorrow. It might be half an hour, it might be 17.5 minutes. I've no idea. That's it. Have a great evening, what's left of it, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll see you all tomorrow.